show you game plan. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the game plan, break down the money, okay? So the first thing I wanna talk about is the 4 different positions that we start at and we start focusing on, which you guys have drawn on your thermometers. So the first one is P150. P150 is the first benchmark. In order to qualify for any rank beyond this, you have to hit P150. And this is gonna be your personal people. So 3 of your personal referrals that come from you directly qualify you for P150. It doesn't matter how many other people are in your team, until you have 3 personal referrals, you can't even capitalize. So if you refer one person who goes and puts 500 people in, but you haven't referred 2 people, you can't get paid, right? So there's a couple of reasons for this. One of them is that it keeps us protected as a company. In the network marketing industry, there has to be a customer to rep ratio, right? The difference between a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid and network marketing is whether or not it's all reps. You know, one of those things where you have to get people in, that's illegal. So we have to have 3 personal customers to qualify for P150. Now, if this person goes 2 and free, and now they're free, you have to replace them, okay? If this person turns into an IBO because they went P150, you have to replace them, okay? So these have to be 3 customers personal, and you have to maintain that all the way through. So it's one of the ways that our company protects us legally. I've had people who were in companies where they basically sold products and the products were just so much cheaper if you were a rep. And so everyone was a rep. They got shut down. Okay, so this is actually a protection. Our company's very by the book legally. So this is very important. So you want to make sure that you have your 3 personal customers at all times. Okay. Once you have your 3 personal customers, then you get paid on total volume. So everyone you know, everyone they know, everyone they know, and everyone they know. And so what happens once you go P150 is the next position is called P600. So there's 4, 4, and 4. You have 3 legs in your business here. And there is one rule that we have to follow besides these 3 people, and that's 40%. So what that means is that if you have one person here, one person here, and 12 people here, you're not going to qualify for P600, okay? Because from any one of your 3 legs, only 40% of what you need for that paid position can come from that leg. So for P600, we need 12 people total, which means the maximum that can come from one leg is 5. Okay? And then the other, what would that be? 3 and 4 can come from there. Okay? But the standard is 4, 4, and 4, which equals 12. Okay? You can see the same thing, and that's why these numbers are different as we go down. P1000 is 30 people total. So you can have 12 from here, 12 from here, and the other 8 from here. You can also have 11 from here and 9 from here and 11 from either, or whatever it would be. Yeah. That does not add up. 20, yeah, anyways. So it can add up to 30, but the most you can have from one of your arms of your business is 12. Just the most. So you can draw it out this way. And then P2000 is 75 people total. So you can have up to 30 from here, up to 30 from here, and 15 can be from wherever. Okay, and again, it could be 20, 25, 25, 25. It can be however it adds up. You just can't have more. So again, imagine you refer someone who's a Shanda who goes and puts 500 people in. You have to balance that out to get paid. Okay, so that's something that we do as we go as a team. So there's this, there's a report in your back office that'll show you where you need volume and how close you are to your next rank. And we'll show you how to do that. Okay, so what you want to do to go P1, or actually chairman, is our core leadership rank, which is 10K per month USD, and it's 500 people. So if you want to go chairman, the first step is to go recruit 30 personal customers as quickly as possible and put 10 in each arm of your business. Okay, so 10, 10, and 10. So that's the business plan for chairman. That's what Mel and Greg did to go chairman in 6 weeks. Okay, so this is the focus for anyone who's looking for that 10K a month. Okay, and that's why we say ASAP. Now the reason that we do 10, 10, and 10 is because of the Pareto principle, the 80-20 law. People are people. Doesn't matter where you go, we bring the people. People are people. And 80% of the people will bring 20% of the results, and 20% of the people bring 80% of the results. Every industry, every customer base, every group, all the time. This is supposed to be 2. Okay? So, when we look at this, it means 2 people are going to do it. 2 people are going to do it. 2 people are going to do it. Okay? And so those 2 can go and build it. Chairman is a team goal.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
I've never met anyone who goes chairman by themselves. You can go P600 by yourself, P1000, even P2000 by yourself. But chairman is a team. So what I focus on to go chairman is 10 P1000s. Now, technically that's only 300 people, but some will go higher than P1000, plus you'll have some customers. So typically 10 P1000s is a chairman. Okay, so if you think about it, your only job is to find 10 people who want to make an extra $1,000 a month, or are willing to hit that benchmark on their way. Makes sense, right? And most people don't want to do this. This is a full-time business. This requires being an entrepreneur. This requires learning some things. And most of us have to unlearn some things too. Like, you know, how to stop. For me, it was like people-pleasing, perfectionism, fear of rejection, all the things, right? Because still to this day, do I have people who have something to say. But most people, of everyone that they know, and everyone that they know, and everyone that they know, can have 30 customers. We get paid for one thing, and that's connecting customers to the company. So most people know 30 people who want discounts on travel, want to learn how to retire, want to see better returns, want to understand crypto, want to do something, right? So, and maybe they don't personally know 30, but they might know 3 people who each know 10, 5 people who each know, Shannon, pick math you can do, 10 people who each know 3. How would I pick 5? I don't know. 5 people who know 6, right? So, it doesn't matter, or maybe they know 2 people who know 12 and a few other people. So the nice thing about all of this is that it's not all on you. But also, my favorite thing about this business is that you get paid more the more people you help. So you get to help people make money. Most people have seen their expenses go up lately, but they haven't seen their income. And so adding an extra $12,000 a year, like they can do this in 30 days. We have a business plan that'll get you there in 30 days, and I'll show you what that business plan is. So just remembering, 80% of people are probably going to say no. 20% of people are going to say yes. Out of that 20%, 80% are going to do nothing. 20% are going to do something. So we don't take it personal. So our job is to give them the opportunity, the tools, the systems, and connect them to people who can help. The best part about going from here to here is you don't need to know how to do any of it. Your job is only to connect people to someone who knows more than you. I literally built all the way to P2000, telling people I wasn't doing it. Melanie told me at that point, she's like, Shannon, you have to say you're doing it. So I was like, I don't know about that, you should talk to Mel. I don't know about that, talk to Mel. It's a great question, talk to Mel. Because even when I did, because I can't lie, right? So I couldn't say I don't know about stuff I knew about. I was like, that's a great question. Let's ask someone who knows more about that than I do. And I would connect them either through a chat, 3 different ways you can connect people. 1 is a chat, 2 is a call, 3 is an event. Call / one-on-one. Okay, which could be Facebook or WhatsApp. Event could be a Zoom or in person. Okay? You only have 2 jobs. 1, connect people to your mentor. 2, get your people who enroll to team events, which include Saturday trainings and Orlando. That's your only job. That's it. And there might be some process that you learn with your mentor in connecting people. Some people like me, you know, I look at the information, maybe then I need a conversation, maybe then I need an event, right? So we'll learn the art of promotion as we go with this one, because most people don't say yes the first time. Melanie, it took 14 times that she was asked to look at this. So most people need to be invited, yes, to connect to their mentor, but then they need to be connected to events, Zooms, Facebook groups, tagged in testimonies. They need to continue to have that seed watered and once it's planted. Okay? So there's a little bit of promotion. I'm going to say promotion. That's also your job. Keep inviting them to connect to your mentor. Okay? So that's your job. These are the ratios. You can't change the ratios. Biggest trap in business is when people think they're going to focus on retention or changing their ratios. If your ratios are not 80-20, that means you need to do coaching. So when I started, I talked to 500 people to get 5 people to sign up. That is 1%. So guess what? I practiced inviting people to look at my opportunity. And as I practiced that, and I got better at it, and I studied that one skill, even though my closing ratio was still good, my activation ratio was still good, everything else was good. But once I got my 1% to 20%, game changed. And I would rather, and I'll let you know right now, what you lack in skill, you'll make up in numbers. So I was really bad at this, so I had to call 500 people to learn how to get good at it. Hopefully you're not that bad. But if you are, the good news is that I can help, because I've been there and I've had to consciously learn the skill. Some people are unconsciously competent. So that means that they just do stuff. Have you ever met someone who just like makes friends everywhere they go and everyone just like wants to do stuff with them and they can sell anything and they don't even try? Yeah. Those people are like, well, I don't know, just go talk to people. Like, I don't know why you think that's not what I'm trying. Like, if I could smile and have people do stuff with me, then they just would. So I had to consciously learn every skill. Cool news is that when you consciously learn it, you become consciously competent and then unconsciously competent. So it means that when someone's consciously incompetent, you can teach them the skill. So if there's something you suck at in this process, know that it's because you're designed to be able to master it consciously so you can teach it later. I'm convinced. So I consider that a blessing. Also, it can be frustrating, especially when you're not naturally good at it. So this is supposed to be true. If the 80-20 rule doesn't apply, that's when you reach out for coaching. Hey, I reached out to 10 people and no one wants to look at it. That's a sign that we need to talk. Hey, I booked 10 three-way calls. No one showed up. That's a sign we need to work on it. But when you talk to 3 people, this rule could still apply, right? Say you talk to 3 or 5 people, no one says yes, no one wants to look at it. Well, we might just need to talk to more people to see if maybe it's the last 2 out of 10, right? We need to get some data. So this is the ratio to watch. It's never going to change. So the faster we talk to people and sort through, that's the whole saying, go for no, right? You got to find your 8 no's to get your 2 yeses. So just accepting that makes it, first of all, feel less personal, and third of all, it lets you know how that's going to work. Also, why this is what it takes to go chairman. Now, if you don't go quickly, you have to increase these numbers. So if you enroll because this is what I did. I enrolled 4 people a month for 10 months, which works, but it doesn't get you chairman. Chairman needs the speed. So if you can do 30 and 30, you're on track, right? And again, some will, some won't. But when you love them anyways, that's the important thing, is to not make it feel transactional. So many people are like, some will, some won't, so what? Yes, in the sense that your success isn't about anybody else. And I'll tell you right now, if you're a woman, online especially, but if you're a woman, know that men are not designed to support. That's not what they're there for. Men respect results unequivocally. Women support each other. Men don't support each other. Have you ever seen them do that? They literally will razz each other until they can't get away with razzing them because they've got the results. Their idea of fun is slamming someone into the boards on a hockey rink. They don't do support. It's not what they're made for. They're made for war. They're made to provide. They're made to go out and get it done. Women are designed to support. So that's why, as a team of women, it's very important to have each other, to stay plugged in, and to know whose role is what. I see a lot of women who let their lack of support from their husband be the thing that makes it so that they don't feel like they can do this. Truth is, if you keep your mouth shut about what you intend to do and show him with a check, I promise you, he'll support you. So that's very common, it's very normal, and in my opinion, it's very important to not put that expectation. It's the same reason we wouldn't expect him to breastfeed. He's not made to. It's not his role. So, but he will respect results, more so even than we will, because like, I could see your results, but if, like women, yeah, we respect results, but also we respect support and kindness and love and encouragement. And so if someone's a jerk, but they have results, we actually don't respect them as much. But men do. Wow, he's got something figured out. So it's good, but this is why we have each other. And this is not a gender conversation, this is a masculine feminine energy conversation. So if you're in a same-sex marriage, or you're somehow not non-binary or whatever, it still applies in the sense that there's masculine feminine energy. The masculine energy is not supportive. It's practical and directive and external. Feminine energy is gentle and soft and more yin, okay? I just want to make that clear. So here's the game plan, okay? So the first thing we do is we go and we get 30 people. And then we help those people get their people. We look at our list and we see how many people we need to go to our next rank. Is it 3? Is it 12? Is it 30? Is it 75? How close are you? Remember to choose your words carefully. One of the things that I used to say is, well, how far away are you? That's speaking distance between you and your goal. Also know that wanting, by definition, means that you acknowledge the lack of having, which means by definition, you're pushing it away. So that's why we practice I am statements, because we're very well practiced in using our past as our present, right? And I had a team member just yesterday say, well, I am a procrastinator. I am a self-sabotager. I am those things because I have been up until now. And I said, well, we're going to keep being that way and keep talking that way, but we're so trained to look at our past as what's true. And the past has nothing to do with what's true. It has nothing to do with it. If that's the case, I'd still be addicted to painkillers and drowning in debt and working in a beige cubicle. But instead, I'm not. And so you don't have to identify with your past anymore. And how you change that story is by living in the present. There's really only 3 states. The past isn't true. It's just a memory. And the future isn't true. It's just your imagination. The only thing that's completely present and completely true is your present state. And so you can plant seeds of today and the tomorrow you want. So that's what I pray, is that what you speak about yourself, to yourself in your journal, to others, and about your ranks, is where you are going. Because you cannot control the fruit of your labor. You cannot control the truth of your past. You can control the seeds you plant today. And so like when I have conflict with someone or when a family member comes against me and says things like, that's ridiculous, you're in a cult, blah, 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 blah. When you get, are you in one of those? When people are rude, I choose to sow honor. How do I honor? How do I respect? How do I show love? To myself and to those around me. I don't let people treat me badly just because I love them, right? So planting seeds of honor, planting seeds of abundance, planting seeds of chairman, because chairman is a mindset. So how you think, how you talk, how you show up, how you act, how you work, how you take rejection. Because real talk, chairman, imagine. I know people that have built someone to 50K, 100K, 200K, $1 million a month. They've helped them build from broke to $1 million a month to have them quit, slander them, and go and start it with a competitor. So I promise you, the no's that you're going to take at the beginning might hurt more because you're less practiced at it, but you got to get good at them if you're going to get there in a big way. And if you're going to sustain it, even in a little way. Also, who cares? That's the some won't, so what stuff. And I think that if you can really be that water off a duck's back, that you're going to win better in life. Generally, I've seen people that let their 3-year-old say, I hate you, affect their day. It's like, that's not helpful for anybody, right? We need to deal with this dishonor. We need to talk to this child. We don't need to react to the pain that they threw at you. And so wherever you see yourself in this comp plan, wherever you see yourself in this industry, just speak that as if it's true. I'm the #1 networker in the world. That's what I speak over this. I impact people who impact generations. I am a Jim Rohn. Okay? So that's not everyone's goal. The sacrifice, work ethic, and tenure that's going to take is not a 2 to 3 year stint. This isn't I'm going to build a 10K a month solid business and just retire. But you can do that. You can. That's not my heart. Jim Rohn equipped Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has changed the world. And so did Jim Rohn. And so that's my heart, is that that's the kind of legacy I would leave in and for the people around me, so that there's a ripple effect to my life. But I also consider my life to be a gift, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't be here still. So now it's like, all right, I'll give it to you. Let's go give it to them, right? So everyone's going to have their own calling, their own desire. What I want you to do is honor yours. You do not have to want what I want. Most people dream too small, not too big. But know that if it's planted in you, so there's this saying, I love this. The eagle doesn't desire to run. The cheetah doesn't desire to fly. What you desire dictates your design and your destiny. You wouldn't desire it if it wasn't for you. I have zero desire to be in healthcare. The idea of dealing with bodily fluids and cranky sick people under fluorescent light, there's nothing about that appeals to me. I'm grateful for nurses, beyond, we need them. We need medical professionals. I'm never gonna do it. But it's on someone's heart to do, and it makes them fulfilled, and it's their calling. And I love that. The cool thing is, and I want to share this with you about our specific company, just because it's my calling to bind up the brokenhearted and set the captives free to help people see financial freedom so that their time can be spent doing whatever they love, just because that's my mission, is to make sure the black sheep have a place where they can be who they are and express that fully. That's my mission. That's my calling. Maybe yours is to save puppies. Maybe yours is to take care of the elderly. Maybe yours has nothing to do with this industry. I promise you, if you learn how to trade and invest your money so that your bills are paid before you go to work, you can choose to take the less paying job, or give your family better healthcare options, or buy them different food, or know that your husband doesn't have to stay in that job, or know that you can spend an extra year off on maternity. You can do those things because your money's good. Money is a tool. But a lot of people do things they don't want to do to get the money that they need for the things that they do need. And so in this business and in this company, even if this isn't your mission and you don't want to be a Jim Rohn and being on stage does not appeal to you, even if that's the case, know that helping 30 of your friends make sure they don't have to go to work They choose to go to work. Someone mistreats them at work, they don't have to put up with it and believe they deserve to be talked to like that. They can spend as much time with their family as they want. And they could retire their husbands any day because they make money in the markets in a couple hours before the baby wakes up. That's freedom. And the ripple effect of feeling that in your friends and family and giving that to yourself, game changer. Which is why we love our customers. My customers make more money than I do. In my opinion, they're probably less fulfilled because I freaking love my life and I love what I get to do. Also, for real, it's not for everybody. But everyone needs money, and what you do with your time has nothing to do with how you can make money. And there's more efficient ways to do it. So what if, and I have this one friend, he works for charity, loves working for the John Howard Society or whatever it is. I said, well, you love what they do? You love what they're called for? You love the mission? Yes, I wouldn't work anywhere else for the world. I'm like, what if you could donate your salary? How would that feel? Can't write big checks until you make big checks. But if you're making enough to pay your bills, if you're debt free, if your family's good, whether or not you go to work, how you behave at work is different. And what you can do with those paychecks is different. I have a lady, she's a mentor of mine in this company. She's never once lived off her check from this company. She's a chairman 25. She's like, yeah, we live off our rental income. We just use this to build more assets. We donate most of it to our church. We take on foster children. I'm like, that part. Good people with good money do good things. And your family not seeing you because you have to work because you're working for someone who doesn't honor your family's priorities. You being able to say, hey, I'm taking a vacation at this time. And they say, you can't. So you miss family reunions. You miss your grandmother's funeral. In my opinion, the only reason people do that is because they need the money. Otherwise, they would just say, I'll see you on Tuesday. Like, bye. I'm going to take the long weekend, right? If they need the vacation, they can go and instead of catching up on their chores, they can hire the house cleaner. They can pay the handyman to fix the things around the house. They can go and take their family. I have one lady that I know, she makes crazy money, like $20K a month, but she works 15 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. But once a month, she takes 4 days off per child. She's 4 children, so every month one child gets an entire, all expenses 5-star trip to Disneyland. I'd rather do that. If you love what you do, if you want to do it at that kind of rate, imagine the time you do spend is quality time. Imagine you can give them the best care. Imagine your home is clean before you get home from work. Imagine you have a laundry fairy that picks up your clothes and drops it. I actually have one of those. Love the laundry fairy. You know, imagine you can hire a chef to come and cook for your family so everyone's eating well. That's why I love this company, because when your money's right, your time can be spent doing whatever you need to do with whoever actually matters instead of letting someone else control you. So that's how you go chairman. These are the benchmarks. This is your job. Connect them to me. If they're on the fence sitters list, we'll learn how to do that. Anyone who you have enrolled, get them on the Saturday training. How do you do that? Friday, you remind them there's a Saturday training. That way when they go to bed, they remember. Then Saturday morning, half an hour before, you send them a reminder. Here's a huge tip. Don't be the tool, use the tools. So you'll notice this if you work with me. I never send you the direct link, do I? I'm never like, hey, here's the link for Saturday's training, see you in half an hour. I never do that. I send you the link to the Telegram where I put the Zoom. Because guess what? People need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. So if I remind you on Friday and then I send you a reminder 20 minutes before it starts on Saturday, guys, I remember the first team training I was on where I wasn't hungover and I was awake beforehand. But the first 6 of them, someone woke me up with a text message 20 minutes beforehand. And I was laying in bed in the darkness of my room like a troll. But I vividly remember, and I remember the lady's story that I heard while I was walking up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday. I was like, who is this girl? And then I heard her story, and she talked about her transformation and how she made $100K in a year and built her son a hockey rink in her basement and was able to, travel with him. And I was like, I want that kind of parenting experience. So the night before, remind them of the time. Day of, send them 15 minutes to half an hour beforehand a reminder text. Do not send the link, teach them where to go for the link, because after a month or two, you'll just see them on the Zoom. They'll be like, yep, caught it. Now, what happens if they don't jump on? Even after, during orientation, we tell them to schedule it, we give them the daily reminder. After a couple of weeks, it gets tiresome, right? When you're reminding someone to do something that they clearly are not doing. You can tell the intensity of the desire based on the intensity of the pursuit. And I don't watch what you say, I watch what you do. One of our educators, Brandon Boyd, he's like, you say you want to be healthy, but you've got Dorito dust on your fingers. You say your family's a priority, but they're not in your schedule. I'll believe it when I see it. So just know that that's how we have to treat people in our business. So what you do is you give assignments. So again, your job is to get them on there. They say they want it. You can call them on it. Hey, you said that this was really important to you. I want to make sure that you understand that this is kind of a vital piece to success. Are you going to be able to make it there next week? Can you schedule it? Is there a way you can get around it? Sometimes they say, no, I'm working on Saturdays. Great. Again, like vital for your success to get on this team. These two things, if you're not on the Saturday training and you're not in the conventions, I promise you, you won't make it. I promise you. I've never met one person who stuck this thing out long enough to pay off their debt, to change their family's future, to be able to get more money that doesn't do those two things. It's the one thing they all do. I know people who have been to those two things that don't even log into the product. Their husband does, or their friends do. But these two things, vital for success. Why? Because the world's going to talk you into mediocrity. And we will help you believe that the voice inside you, the desires in your heart, are what you're designed to have. We're going to breathe life into that. And when you have people cheering you on, game over. And yes, there's some skill set stuff, and some of it you'll pick up, and some of it you use, some of it you won't. But even my only traders, they're like, I just want to trade, I'm never referring anyone. Like, that's super cool. I'm going to tell you one of the biggest indicators for success. Now, there's going to be some skill set training on the Saturday morning that you won't need. But how they think is as much an indicator of why they win as anything. So you can take the skill set training and leave it. But the mindset, the in-between conversation, and the housekeeping on what's going on with the company, just launched the Stocks and Futures Academy. There's new educators being announced. We've got someone on our team becoming an educator. We're going to celebrate him together, okay? So these two things are vital. So having that conversation, hey, I thought you said you wanted this. This is why you said you wanted it. This is why we did this together. Like, are you serious about that? Okay, then you need to get there next week. Man, I'm working. I can't get out of Saturdays. It's crazy. Okay, cool. When can you schedule a time to watch the recording? I can do it after work on Saturday. Okay, cool. For sure, for sure? Sounds good. Okay. I'm going to know if you watch the recording by you just sending me let me know what you thought. Let me know what your takeaways were. What aha moment did you have? And then on Sunday morning, put it in your calendar, say, that was pretty great, right? That was awesome, hey? Part of this business, and it's the same thing that happens when you invite someone to take a look. Most people don't do what they say they're going to do. Most people can't keep a promise to themselves. That's why most people struggle with self-worth and most people don't run a business. That's why most people don't succeed. What's so cool about this business is doing the business teaches you how to do the business. So when someone doesn't show up for their three-way call, I'm like, hey man, is everything okay? You're not the kind of person that would say they're going to do something and not show up. So now you've got me worried. So I'm speaking life into their character but correcting the behavior. Like, you've got me worried. Is everything okay? Oh yeah, I just totally forgot. Oh my gosh, okay, you totally hadn't, like, oh, I'm just so glad. Okay, cool. Now, is this something you're still interested in talking about? Because if not, that's okay. But if you do want to have a conversation, let's rebook it. And I make them confirm. Also, I know there's 7 billion people in the world, and if you don't want to make money, or don't want to learn how to invest, or don't want to learn how to retire, or don't want to help people, or don't want to travel for a discount, or don't want free trips. Cool, I don't get it, but cool. I'm like, I'm happy for you, enjoy. But 50% of people don't have passports. 95% of people are dead or dead broke at 65, relying on their friends, family, or the government to pay their bills. How many people do you know with their mom living in their house? For real, These statistics aren't like, it's true. So if they have chosen to stay there, that's fine also. Way rather travel the world debt-free with people who are gonna teach me how to do the thing. So like, hey, you still wanna talk? Yeah, great. Okay, cool. When can you watch the information and be available for sure? And I use the for sure word because I think it's funny also. Best networker of all time so far uses those exact words, and I'm a very literal student. So I'm like, for sure. And then we get them connected. Now, what did they learn? They learned that their character and their actions don't line up. They learned that people care about their well-being, and when they say they're going to be somewhere, that they are expected to. They also are reminded that there's something on the other side for them. There's a prize, there's a reason, so they've got incentive. So that's how we teach them. So by texting them on Sunday morning after they said they'd watch it on Saturday night, saying, that was freaking great, right? Some people, if they were like me, are gonna go watch it right then because they totally forgot. And then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, just got this, that's all, it was so good. But follow up with them. You do that for the first month, they're plugged in, they're bought in, and you're good to go. The events and in-person stuff, the op calls, that's where testimonies are celebrated. It's where new products are announced. That's where any logistics in the process are mentioned. So whether you're currently on the team or you have a fence sitter who hasn't made a decision yet, always invite them to the events and the Zooms. Hey, you gotta come hear this guy's story. I personally don't edify the information because we do the same information every time. The information doesn't change, but the stories change. And when you see that new person who just added another $500 a month income stream, or you just met another person who paid off 100 grand in debt, or you got another person who became an educator, or you got another person who just cracked 6 or 7 figures in their trading account. When you see a new person, especially, and I'll tell you right now, when it's someone you start with, and you watch them have a $10,000 day, you're like, dude, you knew nothing 6 months ago. And they're like, yeah, I know, it's sick, right? I'm like, I need to get to class. I need to take this more seriously, right? I was like, screw this second job, I'm going to work. Like, this can do that? Like, what? What? You did what in your stocks portfolio? You just learned how to, what percentage are you getting on your staking? I need to get to work. So when you start seeing the success stories, especially the people who start after you or with you, it's just gonna light a fire under your butt. So this is like charging your charger. And when I have customers I'm inviting to an event, I do one of 3 things. I tell them what I'm excited about hearing. Dude, you gotta meet this girl, you gotta hear this girl, whatever it is I'm excited about. Second thing is I'll tell them the story. You gotta hear Shanda's story. Oh my gosh, come meet. I do not care if you're into anything she does, you gotta hear her story. It's crazy. Retired herself from corporate life by the time she was 31. Who does that? How many cities have you been to this week, Shanda? Oh, 7? That's so weird. Right? Like just having that conversation is so the story. And then the third is I'll actually ask them. Because there's people say, I'm interested, just not right now. Don't have the time, don't have the money. Let's wait till the kids get back into school. I'm going on vacation when I get back. I'll always ask them when they give me that excuse, do you want me to plug you into any free classes or events that we have that you would have access to before enrolling so you can have a head start when you are ready to get started? Nobody ever says no to a head start and free. A free head start sounds like heaven to them. So that's how I get their commitment to it. I'm like, hey, we have one of those free classes that will get you your head start coming up tomorrow at 7. Can you be there live or should I send you the recording? So that process, events, your job is to get them to events, whether they're in the team, it's Saturday in Orlando, whether they're in the team or out of the team, it's on the live events and the Zooms. That's your job, okay? And then connecting them to me. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you, we're gonna make you do less than you get paid for, in my opinion. Somewhere around here is where it catches up to you. But here, your job is just to connect people to me. Here, your job is to connect people to me and get your team on the calls. Here, it's you're going to start having people connected to you because you've been on a bunch of calls. You got 30 people on your team. You're going to be able to help some of your newbies get their first one, get their first two, help people get their scholarships, right? But I'm going to teach you how based on our calls and our group stuff here. You're going to start sending links. You're going to start helping. Here, you're going to take most of the process, and I'm only going to be there to be that extra plug-in. And then from there on, you're going to be doing that for your whole group. And so the best part is you don't have to learn how to do anything. And this is what I did. I got in my head and I started, oh my gosh, I need to learn how to do this, I need to learn how to do this. No, you need to connect people to me. And I will tell you when I start delegating, I'm like, you know what, you're ready for this piece. Can you send the link? Can you book the time? So you're going to get on the job training. It's just like learning how to serve a table. You're going to follow me while I serve. Then we're going to do the table together. You'll get the drinks and I'll get the food. And then I'm going to follow you while you serve. Make sure I got your back. And then we're going to run a busy, and then you're going to get a small section. Just a small section. 4 tables. At a slow time of day. And you're going to get 4 tables at a busy time of day. And then you're going to be able to have a big section and a slow time of day. And then you'll have a big section. And so we're going to ease you into it. We're going to make sure that it feels comfortable each step of the way. Just comfortable enough that you know you can do it. Just uncomfortable enough that you have to grow. Because I'll tell you right now, who you become in the pursuit of this is the greatest gift. The fulfillment, the peace, the love, the self-confidence, the self-worth that you get is the actual prize. The money's byproduct. And so, what we're going to do now in terms of next steps, whether you're watching online or you're here in person, what we're going to do is you're going to take your list and your thermometer. You're going to fill it out with how close you are to each rank. I'll have another video on that. You can see it on my page. And I want you to find your top 3 people. These are the people that are going to be at the top of your organization, okay? I want to show you what that means. I want to show you what that means. This is what I call prime real estate. Okay, how many of you guys wish you had some property downtown Manhattan right now? I definitely would be selling. I love, but like for real, you know, if you had, you know, a development lot downtown Vancouver, huge piece of property in LA, right? Prime real estate. You guys have that in your business too. Okay, so the way that this builds is we only have 3 legs. And underneath each one of those, they only have 3 legs. And under each one of those, they only have 3 legs. Okay, now you're gonna go put 30 people in ASAP, right? So what we do is we put 1 here, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now no one's going to build this business for you, right? If you're positioned right here, you still have to go do those. But what if this person goes in and puts 500 people in like me? What if this person goes and puts 5,000 people in like Melanie? Do you want to be here? Or do you want to be here? So who you contact first gets to benefit from everything else that you do. Now, it's not going to be done for them. Like I said, we've got this. This is also, as soon as you sign up and you make money for free, that's illegal. It's a Ponzi scheme. If all you have to do is get people in or sign up and then everything happens for you, it's illegal. I happen to have studied securities law, so I happen to know what the laws are, at least in North America. So if you have questions about what's legal and what's not, I'm not a lawyer, can't give financial advice, but I do know the rules. So this person can't make money without balancing it out. That's why this 40% rule is important. It keeps us safe, just like this keeps us safe. Those 2 rules by itself are the reason that our company is going to be a legacy company. And the fact that we don't flash Ferraris or Rolexes. That's considered enticement. You're not allowed to share your financial gains, your money, your percentages in the market. And that's the case with any investment or network marketing business. It's illegal if someone's getting away with it. It just means the regulators haven't caught up yet. Our company is not going to get shut down because you want to sit on your Ferrari. Okay? So pick a different industry. Don't be in finance. Same thing with investors companies. Have you ever seen an investor guy saying, we get our clients 20%? No, it's illegal. Okay, so this plus no Ferraris is why we're going to be a legacy company. It's why we've been around 10 years. It's why we're continuing to be debt free. It's why our company is the #1 education company on the planet. So these top spots matter a lot. Like a lot. Because guess what? Maybe you've made a decision to go put these 30 people in. Maybe you haven't. Depending on where you are in my organization, I have to place people too. And I'm doing this with or without you. I'd rather be with you. To be very, very, very clear, I love so hard, and it's my biggest weakness in this business, is when you see someone that you love decide to not do it. Because you know, what else are we gonna do? We're really gonna go make $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour. They're gonna double the cost of our expenses. We're gonna ask permission for time off. We're gonna miss family events. I only get, in the US, it's 6 weeks for maternity leave. In Canada, it's a year. But that includes, what if my pregnancy is one where I'm bedridden? I have to come back right after? I have to ask permission from a man to take time off to breastfeed my baby? I've seen women resent breastfeeding their child in the middle of the night because they're tired. Why? Because they have to get up and go to work. I'm going to cherish that quiet, peaceful, connecting me time. Because I am going to make my own schedule. If I need a nap at 9 a.m., I'm going to nap at 9 a.m. If the baby lets me. Come on, Jesus. Give me a napper. But for real. Okay? So I'm going to do it. So maybe you're here in my organization. Well, I place people under people who are moving. Because I need to know that the energy there is going to honor them. So the faster you move, the more likely I am to have someone that ends up under you. Okay, so I want to see who's doing it. That's where I place my business. The top spots in your business will have the same kind of prime real estate. And truly, like attracts like. So the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to attract. So the next step is to look at your list. Find those 3 people that'll do it just because it's you. People that you can just say, give me your credit card. Kind of people that you would call in the middle of the night, kind of people you cry with, the kind of people that you eat with, kind of people you vacation with. Keep in mind, the same month you get started, your anniversary month is that time next year. Go find someone you want to go on a vacation with, because we literally go on vacation. We've got the Orlando event coming up. So find those 3 people that are the ones that love and trust you the most. Now, the people who love and trust you the most will respect you the least, so don't tell them what you're doing. Connect them to me. Or just take their credit card. If you're like Melanie, she calls me, she's like, I need a credit card. I was like, cool, what are you doing? She's like, this. Which is good. I'm grateful because now I'm in a good position, right? So that's your next step, is to contact those 3 people and connect them to me as quickly as possible. And then if you have an event happening in your market or today at any point, then I want you to promote that event to anyone who's a fence sitter. And how you can invite those people, say, hey, what are you doing tonight at 7? 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 Great. I want you to come and meet my mentor. I need you to come over to my house. I'm doing something you need to see. I'm going to send you a Zoom link. Be there. Just promote the event. If they say I can't make it, great, okay. I'll get you the info after. So promoting events is really a great, I personally like to have a chat or a call before an event, so that way they know what they're getting into. But if you have one coming up today, then you can go straight for the event. I've done that many times. It works. The only challenge is they have to be able to get there and be the thing and do the thing. But if you have, again, this 80-20 rule is real. So if these ratios don't apply to your first 10 people, or you talk to 5 or 10 people and you don't get the results you're looking for, that's when it's time for coaching. That's what I'm here for. I was really bad at it. I know how to consciously get good at it. Okay, so I'll help you with that. So that's it. That's the plan. Does everyone know exactly what? You're good, Sherry. Does